Hello and welcome to our Weigl control tutorial. My name is Daniel and I'm going to show you how to do on a ProCommander HXi the adjustments for a Harmonic Drive Actuator using a Elmo Drive gold whistle. Okay, we have two sections today. The first one is the Elmo Application Studio for the initial adjustments on the Elmo Drive and the savings to the parameter savings to the Elmo Drive for the motor. And the second section will be in configurator for using the ProCommander HXi. Okay, let's get started with the Elmo Application Studio right now. Here you see a typical workspace if you've never worked with it before. Here you can add the gold drive, which we have right here. Then you can also select the connection type here. And we are selecting the USB, which is connected to our computer here. And then let's locate this. We have COM5 for the gold whistle. Then we add this one. Drive 1 is still not able to connect, but there is a drive 2 here, and there is the connect button. Let's connect, and there you see the gold whistle, which type and with version. Currently, we are also using the version number for the Elmo Application Studios, which is 2.913 in the 64-bit version. And then we are going to the drive setup and motion in the next step. Here in the quick tuning, there is a very nice automatic tuning. You can run this automatic tuning, which does the initialization, the current identification, the current design, the commutation, the velocity and position identification, and the velocity design for you. And this is checking already around about 3,800 parameters. Once you're satisfied with the file path, you can save all the parameters from the drive. And we close that one. Let's jump into the parameter explorer quickly, because here are some crucial information about the drive itself. And here in the PP section, we have the Baud-Rate. The reason why we have value 0 here is if you pull up the help with F1 on your keyboard, and then you search for PP, you find the protocol parameters, and there you are going to do the Baud-Rate to 1 megabaud. And next we are going to the PP13, which is the CAN ID. So here you select it for the motor ID, and here is the Baud-Rate for the adjustments. Then in the limits, there is the minimum position and the maximum position. Here we have 400,000 as maximum position reference, and we stop at -0.1. Okay, so much about the settings. We save this to our drive, and then we jump into the next step, which is the motion single axis. Here I selected the negative direction for the homing method, and here you can enable the drive, and you already can review the motor. You can jog the motors, so make some adjustment. For the homing, I have, as I'm going to use the hard stop homing, we are using the method -2. This is the homing block positive direction. And then we start with the homing. Here the torque limit is very low, so it can stop by itself. And once it reaches the limit, so here once the velocity is on 0, then we have the target reached, and we successfully finished the homing inside the Elmo Application Studios. We are done here. We can close that as we made all necessary adjustments on the drive. Yes, you can save that. And then we are going to pull up the hardware configurator, and then we enter the ProCommander HXi. Here are two necessary things. First will be the ASP. So the ASP1 is for the CAN node 1, which we have connected on top here. 1 is the motor ID number 1, and 5 is for the Elmo Drive. Then in the next step, we make a brief reboot from the device. So that is saved permanently on the device. And once the reboot is done, we can start with the homing. So here is the same setup. So activate homing on the CAN node number 1 for motor number 1. -2, you remember from the Elmo Application Studio. This is the hard stop homing in the positive direction. And this -2 is the index number which we have from the Elmo Application Studio. Then we send that from the ProCommander. Here, start homing motor on CAN node 1 and motor 1, and then we see the motor starts to home. And once it's really finished, then there is a next line showing up which states finish motor homing. Okay, once we are done with the homing, we go to the output sections. And there we already can review. Here I got the CAN 1, and then the output channel is channel number 1, because this is the ID one on the motor currently. And here you see the movement. And actually, it's also good to review this in the CAN motor console, so you can monitor the motors. And then you select the target node, which is in our case the target node number 1, and also the Elmo Drive is already selected because we saved that. For the motor, here we have the min limit. The max limit is 120,000. That's the reason why it's just making like a quarter of a turn right now. And yeah, if you adjust the movement, here you see an updated target position, or if you move over here, then you get an updated target position. Let's scroll that over here. So, and also at the same time, the motor is moving in accordance to the movements of the slider. So that's pretty much it. I hope you liked it, and if you need further materials on motor or other additional materials like our ASCII sheet, check our website on weighlcontrol.com. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorial.